All right, today we're jumping into one of the hottest and maybe most intimidating topics for any leader right now, artificial intelligence. But we're going to look at it a little differently, not as a tech problem for the IT department, but as a massive strategic opportunity for you, right in the boardroom. So let's just start with the big question, right? AI is here, it's not coming, it's already woven into everything. And you really have to ask yourself, am I in the driver's seat on this? Or is it just happening to me and my business? Because really, there's no middle ground.
And yeah, make no mistake, it's a choice you absolutely have to make. AI has become fundamental to how businesses perform. Sitting on the sidelines and waiting to see what happens, that's just not going to fly anymore. The AI mandate is officially here.
And I think this image just nails the feeling so many leaders have, right? It's this overwhelming wave of code and complexity. You're feeling all this pressure to adopt AI, to do something, but it feels like you need a PhD in computer science just to get started. It feels inaccessible.
And that feeling of confusion and pressure, well, it often leads companies right into something we call the tech-first trap. And honestly, it's probably the #1 reason so many well-intentioned AI projects just completely fizzle out. This chart really breaks it down. See, on the left, that's the trap. It's when a company gets obsessed with the tech itself, the coolest models, the most complex code. What happens? You get these silo teams running super expensive experiments that have almost no connection to what the business actually needs. The result? Little to no return on investment. So if that's the trap, how do we avoid it? Well, it's not about working harder. It's about thinking differently. It's a complete paradigm shift. You basically have to flip the whole model on its head and take a business-first approach. And this is the key. Business-first AI is all about starting with your strategic goals. It prioritizes leadership and business impact, not the code. The whole point is to pull AI out of the server room and make it a tool that any leader can use to create real, measurable value, no coding required. So what happens when you make this shift? Well, the benefits are huge. You can suddenly see clearly where AI is going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. You can actually keep up with those nimble digital native competitors. And maybe most importantly, you finally bridge that gap between your business people and your tech people, so everyone's speaking the same language and pulling in the same direction. Okay, so the what and the why make sense, but how do you actually do it? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of how you can put this strategy into action. How do we get from a cool idea to something that really works? It really boils down to this incredibly powerful 3-step framework. First, and this is the most important step, you frame the business problem. Forget about tech. What's the actual challenge? Where's the friction in your business? Start there. Step 2, design the AI solution. Now you can start thinking about how AI can specifically solve that problem and create value. And third, pitch the strategic value. Notice it doesn't say pitch the technology. You're pitching the solution, the impact, the bottom line benefit to get everyone on board. And listen, this framework isn't just a nice theory somebody came up with, it's built on some seriously deep expertise. We're talking about a foundation backed by over 500 scientific publications. So this is where hardcore academic rigor meets what actually works in the real world. You know, when you really get this approach, it's about more than just making your AI projects work. It's actually a personal transformation. It's about what you need to become to be a leader who's truly ready for the future. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? The whole point is to equip yourself for the data-driven world that we're all living in now. It's about making sure your leadership skills are ready for whatever comes next. So what does a future-ready leader actually look like? Well, here you go. It's someone who builds resilient teams, who makes sure that AI is designed to help humans, not replace them. It's a leader who can build a culture around data and, actually lead people through huge transformational changes with a clear vision. And that brings it all right back to you. After all this, the question you should be asking isn't what AI tool should we buy. No, the real starting point, the question that actually matters is this one. What's the very first business problem that you could solve with AI? Start there.